Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time to ruin my throat, because it's time to do Moe the Clown in Phoenix Wright movie. Game number 2, Justice for All. Moe the Clown, the voice I use for him is gonna wreck me. Here we go, let's do this thing. Go! So, sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, eels, honey. So then where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... it means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking for, like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Hee. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous, this mystery just keeps getting deeper. Here we go, it's time for Moe. Here we go. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call on my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the whole entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did you just call him a pitiful clown? Here we go. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. Ah! In List Clownopedia, oh my god, that was way too fast. Name and occupation. Would the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're the Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe that joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple of clowns that were up to no good and started making trouble in my neighborhood was always about to say. Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Moe the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder. Correct? Yes it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into a pizza. Without the humor, please. Okay. Poor Mr. Moe. Poor Moe can't be his normal stoogey self in the court. Yeah, big whoop. But you witnessed. I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. There's no one ever laughs at my jokes. I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? What testimony was that? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick with the facts of this case. Really? You really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man till later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Yup, it's gonna be him. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. What you witnessed? The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over his head. That's very true, ma'am. That's very interesting. If this witness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insecure smile. Mr. Knight, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Knight, Your Honor, I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would be a disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Oh, this is about to be fun. You witnessed. What you witnessed? Alright, here we go. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can riff off of, Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make the joke. Oh god! I'm tempted! We'll get in trouble for this. Let's do it! Alright, 8 o'clock then. You know you want to hear that joke. A man goes to his doctor and the doctor asks, "How is number 1?" The man says, "Every day at 6." The doctor asks, "Ah!" The man says, "Every day at 7." Witness, these are exactly the type of jokes you should say for Gumshoe. Oh! You knew that would happen. Don't look at me like that. Mr. Knight, you're hereby penalized. This will not become a kangaroo court. Son of a bitch! This isn't funny at all. In more ways than one. Boop. Let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring. It's set when things get riveting, right, baby? Alright, press again. You were pooped that night. Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. I love cheese enchiladas so much. What happened after that, as they say, happened. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny, it just earned you a penalty. But alls! What? Okay. So any press could be a minefield. Okay. You gotta be careful about your presses. Okay. That's what scam saving's for, so we can still see the jokes. You just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You can also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess cinnamons aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Keep pressing. Exactly why did you look out your window that night? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday... Once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Oh, that's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well, Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. You should start turning the tables in our favor. There it is. Heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Dude, how'd you know that I was gonna make a joke? I guess that sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw? That's when I saw two silhouettes. They're a bit far away, though. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far were they? Let me think about that for a second. My room is here, and they looked about yay big. I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Oh yeah, we haven't seen Acro yet. Acro could be the killer, too. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. It was the ringmaster and he was... Okay, yeah, press. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's right. I have been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max was always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, they even have to go to school anymore to be one. Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. Crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Ah! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. But the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? No. You did say you saw the entire thing, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo! Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? Objection! I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Holy crap! Ugh! Was that a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do! I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is... the witness' very own testimony! What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, what the hell? Gotta freeze those. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit these clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger the court? No, I just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These type of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, oh, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma! Tampering with witnesses again. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. I'm a master. Mr. Curls! Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you would still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well then. Please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? They will take your nose and your hat. You can keep the makeup on. You look stupid like that. Got it. Oh. Okay. The silhouette. I was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. You took your time realizing that, didn't you? Whatever. That should be enough, right? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We had to keep believing that. All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. It doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? The symbols. Trilla said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You sure about that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? That's not all I saw. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight could have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of the left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye. I reckon say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. He asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trilla's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Yeah, Nick, you've got to find the contradictions in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. How do we do that? See if I did this right. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yeah! Yay! Everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Ah! You like pie? I love pie. 3.14. Okay. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. Don't be irrational right now. Order, order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there wasn't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious that it was too dark to see that kind of detail. She said there was a light. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. The witness must have... Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He is just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. Whenever there's a nugget of truth, it always seems to peek out at me, then run away. Someone was toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilla's testimony? There's no way I could... mistake someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols. I can mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high. I can mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup. I was wondering why they were hammering it in. Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all three of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. He's thumbs-upping. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but there should still be lingering doubt in your mind. Frankly, I have my doubts about this whole witness. It seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. Wow! I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I'm prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
Silhouette Part 2. Not as good as the original. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. You're going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Carroll's statement. You'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Is that chance pressing or not? Save. Press. Mo, be honest. Ah!
You promised Mr. Phoenix, right? No more badgering. I hope you enjoy your penalty.
Damn! Ugh, I'm finished. Excuse me, I'm the one handing out the penalty. Oh!
Witness, continue with your testimony.
You're not going to whip me too, are you?
Maybe after court, if you're into that kind of thing.
But isn't it kind of pointless if you only whip me after court? Unless I'm into that kind of thing? Wow, I lost a lot for that. Let's see here. Mo, be honest. Okay, so no matter what you do, so we have to just contradict him. Okay. Alright, okay.
What do you think, Nick?
There's no way I'm going to lose after coming this far. There's got to be an answer, and it's probably in the court record. Go with the hat, let's see what happens. No, it's not the hat. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Ugh. This wouldn't happen to be the silky hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly. How would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma. Where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene.
The crime scene? That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. No, that's not true. Okay. Order! Mr. Curls!
Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all of this? You're old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. By the way, I tapped my throat just now. Hey, that's not right. That's so harsh. That's not right. Here's your eyesight. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you are sitting above me, no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you. Why? Enough of this childish outburst. Mr. Curls, who do you think you are? I saw him. It was Max. And if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling you the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there.
He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now.
Mo! What do you mean? What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
Objection!
This witness's testimony is full of holes. Miss Von Karma's protest is useless.
You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the scrap scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I expected you'd say. Sure that's how it happened?
Oh, I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter the story as to how the criminal left the scene?
It's called a photo. Save in case I'm stupid. Look at this picture. There's only one set of footprints here. Because God killed him. The problem is the footprints in the snow. God carried his dead body to that box.
Footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of the witness's testimony from the courtroom record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait just a second!
You guys can't just ignore everything I said. But fine, I'll tell you the truth this time.
You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today.
That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. Oh, you're the real deal this time, I swear.
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls.
Yes?
The testimony you've provided up until now has been false. It hasn't been false, I never lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Miss Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! I will have order! Francesca Von Karma, how could you?
She bows? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
But what opinion is that?
It's not funny.
What? That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw. Oh, you're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel.
Oh my god, high pressure. The truth, finally. Whoops. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up till now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and the Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he floated away. This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew! He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That couldn't have been wind. That's why there are no footprints. Fine people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a bird-class magician. But to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why would you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he's telling the truth? That's what I think.
Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic.
Yikes, you're right. Ow!
Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist.
We have channeling right here. Right here. With Maya. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile.
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation.
Oh.
Thus I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It is an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is now in recess.
Bong!
The question is simple. How does he use magic to float around, right? Maybe someone can recreate that. Hey, sweeties! What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please, it's not that easy.
But it looks so effortless for you on stage.
It's not that simple, I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air.
Wow, you just told me the secret of your magic.
No, I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry you had to break a magician's creed to keep the magic trick secret.
Nick, what do we do now?
All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow.
Great idea. Let's do our best and catch that sucker.
To be continued. We haven't seen the acrobat yet. It could be the acrobat. So we know there's wires, so yeah. I'm kind of wondering if someone could drop the trunk on the guy. He falls back and then falls forward onto it, but no, that'd be really weird. Can't be that. But for now, that right there is the game. And my god, my throat is done. But we'll see how next time goes with the investigation. Oh man, this is an interesting case. My theory is I don't have a really solid theory yet. I really don't. I got Innie pretty early on in the other one. In this one, I don't know if we've seen the killer yet. Unless Regina is the killer and she's just that good. I don't know. But for now, that right there is the game. I had fun. Hope you're watching. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.